it's overwhelming and there's just so much information out there. You can create a habit and then you can build on it. I am Julie Spoke. I'm Deputy Director of the Intake Department at the Office of Lawyer Regulation. I see a lot of lawyer well-being issues here at my office because I do a lot of the intake. So we see a lot of attorneys are struggling. So well-being has been something that's been really important to me and something that I've emphasized in my role here. Sure, we came up with 50 well-being tips. When people usually think about well-being, they think more about physical well-being, like exercise and getting, the proper nutrition and sleep and all that other stuff. But what we've focused on is all the areas of well-being. So when you talk about the areas of well-being, it's the acronym SPIRE, which includes spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and also emotional. So we've taken all of these tips and we've put them into these different categories so that people can just find ways, little tidbits that they can take with them in order to improve their well-being. Well, we're offering a lot of different ideas and tips. My hope is that obviously you're not going to be able to implement every single tip that we bring up in the session. But if, you find something that resonates with you, I'm hoping that they could just take that, and just taking small steps towards well-being will have a huge impact on somebody's life. So just if you see one tip that really resonates with you, maybe just try to implement that in your life and then see how it works. My goal is to give small steps. So one of the things that I'm really bad at, which I have to practice more at, is doing a restorative break during your day. Because essentially, if you're working all day long, you're working your brain, you're kind of getting fatigued, you're really gonna burn out. And so what I'm trying to promote is having little mini breaks during your day, which can really help out a lot. I was listening to a podcast by somebody named Brendan Burchard, who's a motivational speaker, and he kind of gave an idea for a great mini break, which I think is really helpful. So what you could do is 4 steps. So maybe work 90 minutes, 2 hours. Before you're fatigued, take a break and go out for a walk, because walks can really have a substantial impact on your health. Just going outside, breathing the air, engaging in some sort of mindfulness, seeing how you feel as you're going out for the walk. And then after you go on your walk, come back into your office and maybe engage in 5 minutes of a breathing exercise or a meditation, because especially breathing can have a huge impact on your mood and your ability to deal with stress. So if you can sit there and just breathe and calm yourself down, that's super helpful. And then also there's a thing about doing a 1-minute energizer to maybe get yourself active and to put you on for the next 90 minutes or 2 hours. But you could do a minute of jumping jacks or squats or push-ups or whatever you can in your office. And then after you do that, maybe do a 30-second intention, how am I going to be and what am I going to do for these next couple hours during my day? And I've found that to be extremely helpful. And if you implement these mini breaks throughout your day, it can really have a substantial impact on the amount of work you do during the day. And it can also make you a better worker. I do know solo and small practitioners are so overwhelmed, and, they have a lot of cases that they're working on. They're trying to make money. A lot of times they have way too many clients that they're trying to appease, and small practices can be extremely stressful. I mean, I've seen a lot of small practice attorneys that just end up in our office because they're just overwhelmed and they have so much going on. So I feel it's really important to stress to them that they really need to at least implement some well-being practices in their life. They may not think that it's going to be helpful, and they may think that they, need to keep working and, trudging along hard. But if you don't take your breaks, if you don't, take small amounts of time for well-being, then, you can really burn out. You can lose focus. You can lose your productivity. So you really have to be smart about making time for yourself and taking these breaks so that you can be more productive in your job and that you're working smarter and better.